Change starts with me and you because it is always dark, not until you open your eyes wide enough to see the light. That's why the world will come to an end if we keep quiet on things that matter the most. My name is Abaho Patience. It has become more of a virus, hurting more than corona. Apparently, has become part of the culture to be followed. That's what corruption has become. It is painstaking to note that right from the lowest offices up the ladders in many offices, both public and private sectors have taken this as the order of the day. In this guise of serving the nation, a lot of funds have been swindled, seriously leaving organizations, citizens financially malnourished and undeveloped. We cannot have a solution to a problem we have not well analyzed. This brings me to a point whereby I have to shed more light on corruption and its forms. Because people think when you talk about corruption, you mean embezzlement of funds, forgetting that even a lame person denied education due to their inability is injustice, which is a form of corruption. Other forms include nepotism, tribalism, favoritism, bribery, and embezzlement of funds. Let's take a look at a situation whereby many people with qualifications have been denied jobs and their applications turned down, since the new norm of giving jobs is using slogans like, "Who do you know? Who is your father? What is your tribe?" leaving many qualified people unemployed. It is so hurting and absurd. If we are to look at the education sector, the highest measurable cost of corruption in the education sector is teachers' absenteeism. Amounts to 1.5 trillion worth of cost instrumental time. It is a complex problem determined by diverse factors that include low payment in the education sector and regional differences. Corruption in the education sector has disproportionately affected life chances of children from poor households and rural areas, hence has contributed to poverty and social inequality in society. Look at the 1.8 trillion substantial annual savings that would occur if corruption was eliminated from the education sector, and this is equal to 51% of 2019 government spending on the education sector. Dear citizens, this is an alarm. Awake us from the deep sleep we have been in. Let's take a look at the corruption scenarios that have occurred but ignored. I don't mean the ones known nationwide, like the Kabafunzachi case, but even the small ones that we ourselves commit on a daily basis and take to be invisible, as if they have no effect. For example, a traffic officer receiving a bribe from a driver with a car in a very poor mechanical condition that would cause an accident, leading to loss of many lives. Someone watching this and giving it a dead eye is how it all starts. We have lived in a world of factures and unrealistic things, thinking the situation would change because of the lamentations from the government about how it has fought corruption that we still see in existence. This is when we as citizens need to wake up and realize we have the biggest role to play in the fight against corruption, because we have slept and dreamt that life is a duty. We need to wake up and realize that life is a duty. It's a time we board the bus of nationalism and patriotism. We need to open our eyes. We need to find a way forward for the future of our beautiful nation. Having realized the need to rebuild this beauty since it has been distorted. Because we being silent, we be like the young monkeys, laughing at a burning bush, forgetting they are next, and later realized when the fire had come nearer. Sincerely, we shall perish if we don't act. Now, the Anti-Corruption Coalition, with a national anti-corruption strategy policy that includes protecting the whistleblowers, and we are the biggest pillars in this. We need to get our hands tools, our minds on, ready to start our until great success is achieved. This is a race to run until we reach the finish line, not forgetting to advocate for transparency and accountability. Responsible people need to give accountability for the revenue collected from the citizens, because it hurts when poor services like health, education are in place, and their funds allocated to different sectors to cater for these needs. If we keep quiet about this, then we are as good as dead meat and helpless to our nation. The fact that corruption existed from the ancient world, from generation to generation, we need more and more effort to fight it, putting the fact of time in consideration, because time is like a river. You cannot touch the same water twice, because the flow that passes will never pass again. Honestly, a public speech like this one cannot change everyone in the world, but can change a world for someone. Let's join our hands together and work hard to have a corrupt-free nation. I remain Abaho Patience for God and my country.